You had a dream about someone you trust, and it disturbed you. Not a nightmare exactly, something quieter than that, something that felt more like a message than a movie. You woke up and the feeling stayed with you all morning. You couldn't shake it. You tried to brush it off, told yourself it was just your brain processing the day, but something in your spirit wouldn't let it go. And now you're wondering if God was trying to show you something about a person in your life that you're not ready to see with your natural eyes. The answer, according to the Bible, is yes. God has been using dreams to warn his people about the intentions of others since the very beginning of Scripture. In Genesis 37, a young man named Joseph had two dreams. In one, his brothers' sheaves of grain bowed down to his. In the other, the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed before him. Those dreams made his brothers furious. They mocked him. Then they plotted to kill him, and eventually they sold him into slavery. But here's what most people miss about that story. The dreams were not about Joseph's future glory. They were God's way of revealing the truth about the people closest to him. His own brothers hated him, and Joseph didn't fully see it until the dreams exposed what was hidden beneath the surface. God is still doing this today. And the 7 types of dreams I'm about to walk you through are the ones he uses most often to pull back the curtain on someone near you whose intentions are not what they appear to be. Before we go any further, drop your country in the comments. I want to see how many nations God is reaching with this message right now. The first dream God uses as a warning is the dream where someone you trust turns their back on you. You're in a familiar place, maybe your home, your church, a room you recognize, and someone you love is there, someone you feel safe with. But at some point in the dream, they turn around and walk away from you. You call out to them and they don't respond. You reach for them and they pull away. You wake up with a hollow feeling in your chest, like something important just ended. Most people dismiss this as anxiety, but Psalm 41:9 says, "Yea, mine own familiar friend in whom I trusted, which did eat of my bread, hath lifted up his heel against me." David wrote that about someone in his inner circle who betrayed him, and Jesus later quoted it about Judas. The pattern is biblical. When God shows you someone turning away from you in a dream, he's not predicting the future. He's revealing the present. That person may already be pulling away in ways you haven't noticed yet. They may be talking about you when you're not in the room. They may be smiling to your face while making decisions that don't include you. The dream is God saying, open your eyes. This is already happening. Don't panic, but don't ignore it either. Start watching, start praying, and pay attention to whether their actions match the loyalty they claim. The turning back wasn't your fear. It was God's flashlight on a truth you weren't ready to face. The second type of dream is one that disturbs people more than almost any other, and it's more common than you'd think. You dream about someone close to you wearing a mask or a disguise. Maybe their face looks like theirs, but something is wrong. Their eyes are different. Their smile doesn't feel right. Or they're literally wearing a mask, a hood, a costume, something that covers who they really are. You know it's them, but they don't look like themselves, and the dissonance is unsettling. Have you ever had a dream like that, where someone familiar looked like a stranger wearing their skin? 2 Corinthians 11:14 says, "And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light." If the enemy can disguise himself as something holy, how much easier is it for a person to disguise their true intentions behind a friendly face? When God shows you a masked figure in a dream, he is revealing that someone in your life is performing a role. They are not who they present themselves to be. The mask is the message. You're not seeing their real face because they are not showing you their real face in waking life either. This dream often comes right before a major betrayal, right before you find out something that changes how you see that person forever. God is giving you advance warning so the impact doesn't destroy you. He's preparing your spirit for a revelation your heart isn't ready for yet. The mask in the dream is the same mask they wear in your presence. God just let you see it. Now, the third dream is quieter than the others, but pay close attention because this one catches things the louder dreams miss. You dream about a snake, not attacking you, not chasing you, just present, sitting in a room you recognize, coiled in a corner, resting near someone you know. Maybe it's on the couch in your living room. Maybe it's beside a person at your dinner table. You don't feel immediate danger in the dream, which is exactly what makes it so deceptive. In Genesis 3, the serpent didn't burst into the Garden of Eden with fangs bared. It walked in calmly, spoke politely, and asked a simple question. Hath God really said? The most dangerous attack in the entire Bible started with a quiet conversation. When God shows you a snake near someone you trust, he's warning you that deception is present in that relationship. Not violence, not obvious malice, deception. The kind that's patient, the kind that asks innocent questions but plants poisonous ideas, the kind that slowly erodes your confidence in what you know to be true. Jesus said in Matthew 10:16, "Be wise as serpents and harmless as doves." He used the serpent as the image of wisdom specifically because serpents don't announce themselves. They wait, they watch, and they strike when you've stopped paying attention. If you've dreamed about a snake near someone you love, God is not telling you to cut them off tomorrow. He's telling you to get wise. Watch what they say. Watch what they suggest. And especially watch how you feel about yourself after spending time with them. If their presence slowly makes you doubt what God has spoken over your life, the snake in the dream and the snake in the relationship are the same thing. Deception never arrives screaming. It arrives whispering. And the dream is God turning up the volume. If what you're hearing so far is confirming something you've already been sensing in your spirit, stay with me. Because the next dream is the one that reveals something most people don't catch until it's too late. The fourth dream God uses is the dream where you're in danger and the person you call for help doesn't come. You're falling, drowning, being chased, trapped in a fire, whatever the scenario is, you're in trouble. And you cry out to someone you trust, maybe a spouse, a best friend, a family member, and they either stand there watching, or they walk away, or they simply don't appear. You're screaming their name, and the space where they should be is empty. Proverbs 25:19 says, "Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint." God compares trusting the wrong person in crisis to a body part that fails you at the worst possible moment. When he shows you a dream where someone fails to show up when you need them, he's not being cruel. He's recalibrating your expectations. He's showing you who this person will actually be when real trouble comes, not who they are over coffee when life is easy. This dream is a gift because it lets you adjust before the crisis arrives. It lets you stop building your safety net out of someone who will drop you. It lets you redirect that trust back to the only one who never fails to show up. Psalm 46:1 says, "God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble, very present, not sometimes present, not present when it's convenient." The person in your dream may fail you. God will not. A dream where help doesn't come isn't showing you abandonment. It's showing you misplaced trust. The fifth type is one that shakes people deeply because it involves physical aggression from someone they never expected it from. You dream that someone close to you hits you, pushes you, stabs you in the back, literally. The violence feels real. You might even wake up with your heart pounding, checking your body for wounds that aren't there. This dream is rarely about physical harm. It's about emotional and spiritual wounds that a person near you is inflicting or is about to inflict. Psalm 55:12-14 captures this perfectly. David wrote, "For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I could have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me that did magnify himself against me, then I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou, a man mine equal, my guide and mine acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together and walked unto the house of God in company." The deepest wounds don't come from strangers. They come from people who walked with you into the house of God. People who prayed with you. People who knew your secrets because you trusted them with your heart. When God shows you violence from a trusted person in a dream, he is warning you that this person has the ability to wound you deeply, and the trajectory of their relationship is heading toward that wound. Maybe it's a betrayal of confidence. Maybe it's a public humiliation. Maybe it's a decision they're about to make that will cut you in a place that takes years to heal. God shows you the blade before it lands so you can protect yourself. The wound in the dream is a preview. God is giving you time to guard what the enemy wants to cut. The sixth dream might be the most unsettling of all because it involves no violence, no masks, no snakes, nothing visibly threatening. You simply dream about someone and wake up feeling heavy. A spiritual weight you can't explain. The dream itself might be normal, a conversation, a meal together, an ordinary scene. But you wake up and something is wrong. Your chest feels tight. Your spirit feels oppressed. You feel like you need to pray immediately just to shake off whatever settled on you during the dream. This is discernment operating while your conscious mind is offline. When you sleep, your analytical brain quiets down and your spirit becomes more sensitive to what God is communicating. First, John 4:1 says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God." That verse doesn't only apply to supernatural encounters. It applies to people. Every person carries a spiritual atmosphere. Some people carry peace, some people carry chaos. Some carry heaviness, bitterness, manipulation, or spiritual oppression that they transfer to you through proximity. When God lets you feel that weight in a dream, he's showing you the spiritual climate of that person, unfiltered by their social skills, their charm, or the excuses you make for how they treat you. In the dream, there's nothing to distract your spirit from the truth. Have you ever spent time with someone and driven home feeling inexplicably drained, like something was pulled out of you? That's the same thing happening in the waking world. The dream just made it impossible to ignore. Not every person who smiles at you carries peace. Some carry a weight your spirit was never meant to bear. But this last dream, the seventh, is the one most people completely overlook. And it may be the most important of all because it doesn't look like a warning. It looks like a gift. You dream about someone and everything is beautiful. You're laughing together. They're being incredibly generous, affectionate, kind. The dream feels warm, inviting, like a preview of something wonderful about to happen. You wake up with a smile and a feeling that this person is about to play a positive role in your life. But something nags at you, a tiny whisper underneath the warmth that says, "Be careful." Proverbs 29:5 says, "A man that flattereth his neighbor spreadeth a net for his feet." And Proverbs 26:24 and 25 warns, "He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart." The most dangerous person in your life may not be the one who makes you feel threatened. It may be the one who makes you feel wonderful. The enemy doesn't always come through conflict. Sometimes he comes through comfort, through a relationship that feels too good too fast, through a person who says everything you want to hear exactly when you're vulnerable enough to believe it. When God sends you a dream that feels like a blessing, but your spirit registers a faint alarm beneath the surface, that alarm is the warning. Don't override it. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't let the beauty of the dream silence the discernment beneath it. The enemy knows you'll guard against attacks. He knows you'll be suspicious of conflict. So he sends something that feels like an answer to prayer. And by the time you realize it wasn't from God, the net is already around your feet. The most dangerous trap doesn't feel like a trap. It feels like a blessing you've been waiting for. Say this with me right now, wherever you are. Lord, open my eyes. Show me the truth about every person in my life. Give me the courage to see what you reveal and the wisdom to respond according to your word. I trust your warnings more than my own feelings. In Jesus' name. If you said that out loud, something just shifted in the spiritual realm around you. Your prayer of surrender gave God permission to pull back the curtain on everything you need to see. So here's the truth that ties all 7 of these dreams together. God doesn't send these dreams to make you paranoid. He sends them because he loves you too much to let you be blindsided. Every dream he gives you is an act of mercy. It's God saying, "I see what's coming and I'm preparing you for it." Not every person who smiles at you is safe. Not every relationship that feels good is from God. And not every dream that disturbs you is the enemy attacking your peace. Some of them are God protecting it. Joseph's brothers sat with him at the same table, shared the same father, grew up in the same house, and they sold him into slavery. David's closest friend ate his bread and then betrayed him. Jesus was kissed by the man who turned him in. The pattern runs through the entire Bible. The most dangerous threats often wear the most familiar faces. And God, in his mercy, sends dreams to show you what your eyes refuse to see. Remember Joseph. His dreams revealed the truth about his brothers before their actions did. Those dreams saved his life, not because they stopped the betrayal, but because they prepared his spirit to survive it and eventually to rise above it. That's what God is doing for you. He's not asking you to live in fear. He's asking you to live with open eyes, to trust his warnings, to stop dismissing what your spirit knows to be true just because it's uncomfortable. The dreams he sends are not distractions from your peace. They are investments in your protection. The God who loved you enough to warn you is the same God who will walk with you through whatever comes next. If this revealed something you needed to hear today, share it with someone who has been having dreams they can't explain, someone who woke up disturbed and doesn't know why, someone who needs to know that God still speaks in the night. Drop "Open My Eyes" in the comments if you believe God is showing you truth through your dreams right now. And subscribe for more content that reveals what the spiritual world actually looks like around the moments you thought were ordinary. Because the God who speaks through dreams has never stopped speaking, and the dream you dismissed last week might have been the most important message you've received all year.